I'm going to record this and share. Okay, I'm going to share.
Watching.
Oh, I see. Okay, here we go. Share that. Okay. Can you now see it?
Yep.
Okay. So I see on your website that Tina is still the president.
You know, it hasn't switched over yet. I thought it was supposed to be automatic.
Yeah. Did you define your executives in Club Runner for the next year? Okay.
Yeah, they're all in there.
You know, mine has changed, but it may be because I actually complained to Club Runner about it.
Ah, okay. Well, because I actually emailed another club up in Gridley because we're going up there and Bill might want to speak up there, and they still haven't crossed over either.
I see. Okay.
So I figure maybe once it's the first everywhere in the world.
I don't know, but anyway, it'll happen, I guess. So anyway, I see your website here, and it looks pretty good. You've got a nice header here. You've got photo albums. You've got some pictures down here. Pretty good. Now let's see. Let me.
So I've been at this for 2 days trying to figure it out and play with it. But I guess in my head, I'm realizing that you create a template.
Yeah.
And then you.
But before we get to that, I want to make just a couple suggestions to you on your website as well.
Okay.
Since you're the leader now, I just want to show you my website.
I've been checking out your website.
Okay. So what's that?
I've been checking out your website.
Okay. You see the little difference on ours is we've got what's called a floating menu.
Uh-huh.
You know, that's the thing that's in vogue these days, is to go with one of the templates for the website that has the floating menu on it. And that way, you know, you've always got that menu up here at the top.
Okay.
And then you see on my website down here, we do have our current members. And so that was the only thing I really wanted to point out on my website for you.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway.
How do I add that? Does it?
Well, let's see. Let me just log into our website here. Okay. And you go over to the member area. Let's see if I can I don't know how to get rid of this stuff in the upper right-hand corner here. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so go down to the website designer and go to edit content. Okay, and then you have a content template. Okay, so so we use here's the content template that we use. So this is full width. So that's not what I was looking for actually. And so I'm going to cancel that. I'm going to go over here and look at the themes. So so the themes are, this is the next gen theme with no banner float menu. That's what we use. And you're probably using one of these things down here, elegant next gen or something like that. You want to find one that has the float menu in it.
Okay.
And that will leave the floating menu up there.
Okay.
So let's see. I'm gonna go back here. And so you really interested in how to create your. Let me just see if I can move that somewhere else. And, let's go to my home page. And so I've got one of the widgets here for the bulletins that we're putting out now, and I no longer do our bulletins in our club. You know, luckily I got somebody else to take it over for me. Shanty Landon. I don't know if you know Shanty or not. She's very active in our community and is the assistant to our county commissioner for our local area here.
Well, I wanted to do a newsletter because we haven't had one in a number of years. And I thought it's a good way for me to communicate information.
So here's, I'll just show you one of ours. What Shanti has done with our newsletter is she created her own top banner here.
I don't know how to do that. Bill can probably help me with that.
You just have to, you can, some kind of program you can put this together. So then we in our banner, we mainly have pictures about, people will look at pictures and they might not have a lot of words, so then we put the stuff out here, upcoming events down at the bottom, when our meeting is, and that becomes our newsletter. And we send this e-bulletin out to our club members and to our friends. We have about 125 people we call the friends of our club. These are people who have helped us on fundraisers or have attended. They're potential members, and it's a way to spread the word out to get this out to other people, showing how we're having fun, how we're doing things, So we try to take a lot of pictures during our meetings, and that becomes our bulletin. So I then go, let's see, home page. Let's go back here to member area. Okay, so down at the bottom here, we have this section on the website called the Club eBulletin. Have you looked at that or not?
I've been in there, but I didn't go in through there.
I see. Well, you can do it. You can maybe do it up here somewhere.
Yeah, I went into
under the bulletin or the new
You want me to open up what I've done already?
Yeah, if you want. Could you share it with me?
How do I take control?
I don't know. This is all new to me.
New options. My video panel.
How's this?
Request remote control. I don't want remote control. I want to view my screen.
Yeah, here's the give mouse keyboard control to you. You could do it. Well, okay. So you've got the mouse. Okay.
So I can log into my Club Runner through your computer?
I think maybe Rotary Club of, wait a minute here. I gotta get this thing out of the way here. Supposedly, can you control the mouse now?
I think I am.
Okay, so you could go log into your website, I think. I think it was right up there to the right.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Hey, this is pretty darn cool.
Okay, so member area. And then let me try and go in down here. I bet you it's the same. So.
I'm gonna, just a minute. I want to move this thing up at the top. Can I? Yeah. There we go. Okay. So you don't have any active bulletins, but you could create them.
Well, let me go in the way I
Okay.
manage, because I should have one. Maybe I deleted it.
Oh, let's see. Maybe click active bulletins. See over there on the. No, that doesn't get one.
Okay, well, maybe my templates? Nope. Nope, I guess I must have deleted it.
Okay.
I created and deleted several.
Oh, okay. Well, just start again.
Okay, so. And I think I use this template.
Yeah, see, when I was creating these things, I never used their templates. That was the new form.
I watched a couple of tutorials. And so here, it's funny because it changed, it still saved what I had put in there before.
I see.
So, so like what I wanted to do was kind of like what your banner is. You know, you have the Rotary Club of El Dorado Hills, but and I'm sure I can figure out how to get our name in there. You just can't edit. You can't edit this part.
Yeah.
Let me go. And so
I never did like their new editor.
But I like that you could browse their server. Maybe you can still do this.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? It's just low, I guess.
Why don't you let me go in and show you what I did?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to take control over here. Hopefully take control again. Okay, so we're going to go in here to the member area. My website. Okay, so edit the bulletin. Okay, so if you want to create a bulletin. Okay, so this create new bulletin. You see what I did?
Uh-huh.
Just create a new bulletin. I'm going to call this just a test bulletin. Okay, I'm going to give it a date today. We'll call it that. Bulletin group. Well, I'm just going to call it leave it in a new group called test bulletin. And I'm going to say access level public. One thing you can do is show the commitments. If you use the commitments in Club Runner, you can click this thing to show commitments in your bulletin. We don't use Club Runner for our commitments.
Okay.
I suspect you don't either. So you come down here and you choose a template, and you might choose a template, a header.
I chose the one next to that.
You chose that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, and we have to, let's see, test bulletin, editor email, the editor name, art. My name pops up, editor email pops up automatically.
Yeah, see, mine didn't pop up automatically.
I see. I don't know.
I was able to get it in there, but
So we'll go down here and we'll click next. Okay, so we're going to go next.
it just takes a bit to get caught up.
So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it and exit. Okay, so we got the test bulletin here. I'm gonna go back here to, I'm gonna go to the bulletins, view all bulletins, test bulletin. Okay, so I've got this test bulletin. I'll open it. Maybe, no, wait, maybe that's not the one. I had another one there. Damn
Well,
it.
I like when you just
Next, I'm gonna go to next. Okay. Preview. Let's see. Let me get off this. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go into the bulletin up here, not the new bulletin beta. Bulletins. Okay, so here we got that eBulletin test. I think that's, so let's edit that. Okay, so now we get into an edit, to something that looks familiar
yeah.
with what I have. So here's a banner top. I can choose a bulletin banner, of which I've got several of these.
Oh, cool.
Some that I was just futzing around with.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I just sent a, if I want to edit this, okay, you can load in a left logo, you can enter in a right logo. As I've shown here, you probably want to we want to change this
To the new logo.
to rotary images. Okay, you can grab that one, double click on it. Okay, so we've got the new thing there. Okay, so we've got this. Now here's where I've had trouble. I just sent Club Runner you know, I can't, supposedly, if I click source, I see that what's supposed to occur in here is Rotary Club of Lincoln, eBulletin, as it's shown right here.
Uh-huh.
But when I click the regular editor, I can't edit this anymore. And I just sent Club Runner a ticket on that to find out what the heck's wrong.
Yeah, that's the part I don't understand how to do that. So is that some sort of link, hyperlink?
What's this now?
Was that some sort of link, that that code that was in there when you click source?
Well, yeah, this is whatever, HTML language or whatever it is. You know, this has all the alignment and everything like that I assign. But you shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to just click in here and edit the goddamn thing. And if there's something wrong with it, and I don't know if it's just on mine or whatever. Because what should occur is Rotary Club of Lincoln, eBulletin, just like is shown right here.
I see.
And so we can change the background if we want. You know, they've got backgrounds here. We can change it to this if we wanted.
I can't see. I can't see what you're referring to.
See, I changed the background.
Okay.
I wanted to change the background color.
Okay.
So we put the left logo, right logo, background image or whatever in here. You could actually upload a picture. If you got a meaningful picture that's of the right size, you could put that in. Okay. But I just don't understand. I can't figure out how to get the words in there right now. So you could actually, like Shanti does, she doesn't put a banner on her bulletins. Okay. So I could, for this bulletin we're putting together, I could save this and publish the changes we made there. Okay. And then let's go back. Okay, so I could say, let's activate this bulletin.
Okay.
And so then we would go back again. And so we've got the bulletin in here. And let's not even use this top or the banner full width down here. Let's just go down here and put the meeting information over here. Maybe events. We get the events. Let's put our upcoming speakers over here. Wait a minute. Speakers. I got speakers here. Upcoming events over here. Let's go to the essentials. Meeting information. Let's put that one right here at the top. So we've got that in here. Mm-hmm. So we don't have anything over in here in the main part here.
So what about bulletin news?
And so what we want to do would be to bulletin stories. Let's put stories over here. Okay, the basic building block is the stories. Mm-hmm. Okay, so if I want to then edit that, I could go to my story library. Okay, so you see we got a whole lot of stories in our library here of past stories that we put together. President Karen got kicked out. We can.
I think that's where I haven't done is, and that's what clicked with me today is I've got to create the stories.
Yeah. Okay. But let's go back, and we could actually create a new story for our bulletin right here.
Okay.
Are you familiar with creating stories?
No.
Oh, okay. So you give it a title. This is a story. Okay. Mark. So mark today's date, or maybe we wanted to make the date of the story last week. We wanted to. You can make that. Okay. If we want, we can put a thumbnail image in for the story. You don't have to do that. Come down here, this is a story, and we come up here. Here's a little thing right there. It says add an image. Mm-hmm. Okay, we click that. Okay, so I can then go to my computer where I store all these things. Here's all my pictures of meetings and things like that. Okay, we click on the story here, brings this over here. We right click on the image properties and see we've locked the ratio. We can't change the height and width, so this is locked now. So I like to go with a story that's no more than about, say, 600 wide. Okay, and then I also want to come in here. I want to come down and highlight this thing and center it. I want to center my story.
Okay.
So there's this thing's a little word processor. It's got italics, underline. We can change the font color if we want to. See, so that sort of thing. We could put a link in here. Let's just move this thing down to the bottom. Yeah, so here's links. You can put, let's go something down here. This is a dumb story, but I'm gonna go over here to the left. Okay, click here for our website. I'm gonna highlight that. I'm gonna come up here to link. Okay, and I'm gonna put in www.linkedin ca.rotary.org. Okay, I got that there. I'm gonna put it in, make sure it's in a new page, you know, that it pops up in a new page. And I'm gonna put advisory title here. I'm gonna say, click here for our website. Okay. And whenever I put in a link, what I like to do is I like to go bold, italic, underline, and turn it into a dark blue, so that looks like someplace you can click, you know, and see the right below there, it has the little advisory title down there. So you have lots of opportunities to put pictures or you know, a link to a picture or link to whatever in your story.
So what happens when they click on that link?
When it, after this is published and they click on that, it would go to my website. It would pop up in a different page, a different link up here at the top. You know, it would pop up in a new page here.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a story. You can write what the story is, however you want it, and you come down here and you have to save your story. What did we? Well, this is a story, we call it. So save here. Okay, now what's it want me to do? It wants I can display it on my home page story widget if I want, or put on a list of stories. You know, at the top of one of the menu items on my website are stories. So if I click this, it would occur on that list. Or if I just wanted to display it in this test bulletin that I was creating here, I click that. Okay, what the hell is this?
Okay, confirm.
Okay, so let's confirm that. We're going to publish the story. Okay, so now we've got here's this. We've got this is in the story library. And we can preview that. No, let's see. It doesn't show. We can edit the story over here. Okay, so here's the story. We didn't lose it. Okay, so let's go back and let's see. Bulletin stories. So here was this test bulletin. I guess that was it.
Yeah.
Like the bulletin. So here's our test bulletin. We click this story. Okay, so let's preview our bulletin. Oh, it's not continuing.
Or do you add stories from the story library?
Well, it's got, let's see, yes.
I see.
Let's see, edit, remove, go back, preview, add stories. Now see, if I go to the story library, I can add another story if I want.
Oh, okay.
See, if I do that, I could click this and I could add this story. So I've got this story and this new story I made, and I could grab this story and I can change the order if I want. So you can put two stories in one bulletin. So let's see this. So let's go back now. Okay, so here's our bulletin. So let's preview the bulletin. So here we got our little header here, and we've got speakers, upcoming events, but we didn't have the story. Okay, so let's go back here.
Bulletin stories.
Click the main, and let's see, why didn't that? This is a story. Okay.
Do you have to click them? You have to check them?
No. If I check it like this, then my only option is remove the selected. Okay. So go back. Okay, so preview. Let's look at this. This says it will live. Click here to publish. I'm going to publish the test bulletin. Okay. So let's save and exit. Okay. And now I'm going to go back to manage bulletins. This is the, I'm going to edit this bulletin. And let's see if that story is in there now. Preview. So this says all that stuff is in there. I'm going to go back. Let's preview the bulletin. Now here's our bulletin.
Okay.
So we got the bulletin here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing we can do about this ad right here.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah. Well, there is something you can do about it. You can send Club Runner, I think, $100 or $150 or something, and they'll delete it for you.
That's funny.
So here's the little story that we just created. Okay, so let's publish the bulletin. I'm going to publish the bulletin. Okay. The bulletin designer. I think I've already done that. Okay. So we'll go back here, go back. And so there's the test bulletin. So let's send it. Okay. So then here we got to select the members. I have contract groups down here, friends, meeting guests, Chamber of Commerce. I can send it to all those people if I want. I could send it now, and that's now. So this is the bulletin. I always like to change this to this is eBulletin Colorado Hills Rotary. I'm going to send it to those people. Let's send it to myself. And so here's what it's going to look like. Okay. So I could then send this. I always do this. I always send it to myself first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we could send that. You know, I can then go to my email. Not sure. Thing here should show up here before long, but we'll pretend it showed up and I looked at it. And I go back to this. I could then press the send button to send it to all these people. Now I'm not going to do it because this doesn't make sense for me to send this
No.
to all my folks. So anyway.
Okay, well that gives me, yeah, I think I get it.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you can create your bulletin. You know, I have that problem about creating the banner, but you don't have to have a banner.
Right.
If we go to look at, let's look at our archive bulletins here. See if let's go way back here. Here's one that I think I put together. So let's click it. So here's a bulletin that I put together.
Mm-hmm.
It had this bulletin on it, and you know, had our club location in the left column, and then a story, and then probably too many words, but you know, it depends on what you want to use your bulletin for. Put more words in it. speaker, has the speakers or upcoming events.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. And just a couple of articles maybe about the speaker, or like we just had our debunking, some of the activities that we did. We did a grow, we did a grow garden, so.
Yeah. So.
Okay, I think I got it.
Okay, now here's one of the more recent bulletins.
I've seen that one. Yep.
So she puts the little, this is just a picture that she's created that she puts at the top, just like this picture down here. She just inserted this, so she doesn't even have the banner on it.
Okay.
She puts a date on it. You know, it says what fun we were having. There, and you know, upcoming events. Normally we'd have the speakers in here as well, but then design a little footer, you know, down here, how to get hold of us, and so she's got this in a one column format. So if we go into the bulletin designer, let's go manage bulletins. And we create a bulletin. We would press a theme. Let's see. So she's probably using this one right here.
Okay. Well, I think I got it.
Okay.
At least a little better than I did before.
Yeah. You know, I took a course one time on when I got my Android tablet. You know, and the guy was, you know, out here in Sun City, there's a whole lot of old people. And this guy's teaching the course. He asked the question, how come your grandkids can do all this stuff so easily? And nobody really knew. And he says, it's because they're not afraid to poke. So don't be afraid to try something. You can't break it.
That's right. You know, that's what I've been doing, and like I can delete them.
Yeah.
I can create it. If I don't like it, I could delete it and start over again.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. So anyway, do that, and if you have any more questions, you know, just feel free to give me a call.
I sure will.
And I am so pleased that you turned me on to Zoom.
Yeah.
You know, I had been paying about $150 a year for one called Any Meeting, and it wasn't nearly as convenient as this.
Yeah, I did. For Rotary Youth Exchange, I started using not GoTo Meetings. It was Join Me, and that was a good program in some senses, but like the audio was always a challenge. And people, you know, if you have like your regular phone and you're on through your computer, you get that feedback. So one of my friends recommended this for a fundraiser we were working on together. So, okay. Well, I'll send you a copy of my bulletin, Art.
Okay, put me on your list.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay, you're welcome.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.